Ready?
Ready.
Ready.
Set, go.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us again. It is Jane and Jim with the Lowdown. So today we're going to talk about something that seems pretty simple, but has actually been a little bit more complex recently, and that is homeowners insurance. So as most people know, your payment includes your principal and interest. It includes homeowners insurance. It includes your property taxes. And it can also include mortgage insurance, depending upon how much how much you're putting down. But what we're discussing today is the homeowners insurance, which is the insurance that would protect you in the case of a fire, a tornado, a major loss. Not like back in the old days when your parents filed a claim on your homeowners because the neighbor's kid threw a ball through the window.
Correct.
Not anymore. So homeowners insurance, why is this so important? Well, it's included into your payment, which means it's included into your debt ratios, and we don't know how much to quote.
No.
We don't know how much to guess.
We can't guess anymore, really.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's very hard.
I mean, I used to quote people $55 a month, which always seemed to be accurate. And then we went to $75 a month and then $90 a month. And now we're quoting people $100 a month, $150 a month, and
$200 a month. I mean, it just depends.
I've received quotes for $3,600.
Oh yeah, for the premium for the whole year.
For the whole year, correct. $3,600, which would be $300 a month. And if Jane and I are approving people up to their max and we're using, let's say, $150 a month for that estimated homeowners insurance, and the policy comes in so much more, you may not qualify
for the loan
for that loan. Yeah, you may not qualify it. So little bit of an insight here for Jane. Jane's not only a loan officer, Jane also is an insurance agent here at our company. And she's bailed all of us out on numerous occasions when people's insurance is too high.
Right.
Now, this is not a pitch
to
sell homeowners insurance by any means, but it's great that we have somebody here that actually knows a lot about this. So, Jane, what's driving up the homeowners insurance these days?
Claims. That's the biggest in disasters, because all these insurance carriers have depleted their surplus. And what that means is if they have to pay out more claims, there's no money there because of all these natural disasters that have been catastrophic that they weren't counting on.
You know, my sister works for State Farm, and I spoke to her a while back, and she said that they're paying out $1.37 for every dollar that they bring in for the bucket for storms, for hail damage, for things like this.
Correct.
So that's what's driving it up. The roofs, how important have roofs become lately?
Roofs are very important. Some carriers won't even take you if your roof is older than 15 years.
Yeah, and on a lot of sellers' disclosures, it states they don't know how old it is.
Correct.
But then I think you could probably pull a permit in some cases, or not pull a permit, but check for a permit to see when the last time a roof was maybe put on.
Well, yeah, and it's something that everybody needs to be aware of. It's very important to know when the roof was last done.
Yeah.
If it's true, some carriers will put you on a roof payment schedule, which means they're not going to cover your roof 100%. They may only cover it 70%, 60%.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, obviously the age of the home can play a big role.
Of the home, yes.
Past claims maybe on the home could play a role.
Well, no, not the past claims. If you had any claims on a previous home that
that would definitely affect it. Yeah.
Yes.
What about open claims on a house that someone's trying to buy?
No.
Yeah, because I've had a couple things, where people started to file a claim. They may have filed the claim and then they found out they weren't going to get enough money, but the claim was still filed. I think they need to remove that claim.
No, they don't remove it.
Okay.
But they have to make sure, probably provide something that there's nothing being done with the claim. But a lot of insurance companies leave claims open for a while, depending on what they are.
Wow. Okay. So the biggest issue that we have with pre-approving people is really not knowing exactly how much the insurance is. So all we can do is guess on the higher side.
Correct.
I've actually had a lot of clients call me up and say, I've got a better interest rate, but my payment is still lower with somebody else, which doesn't make any sense, right? So we can all look up the rates, we can look up the mortgage insurance, we can look up the property taxes. So how is it that if we offer a lower rate, somebody else has a lower payment? And typically when I see a breakdown of the payment, they're using $50 a month for homeowners insurance.
And nobody has that.
Yeah, I mean,
Nobody.
unless you maybe have a condo, because that's a different
Not
type of
even
coverage.
a condo anymore.
They're not even condos anymore.
No.
You heard it from the
No.
pro.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful. And I've actually had buyers accuse, I'm not sure if that's the right word, but say that the insurance through me is too high. And I'm explaining to them that that's not my insurance. That's just my guess. And I'm guessing high to try to protect you, not trying to sell you like a higher insurance. Trust me, I want all the buyers to get the cheapest insurance they can, as long as it's the proper coverage.
Right. And that's key, proper coverage.
Yeah, proper coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes the agents have to build it in their system, don't they? Like have to go in and put in how many windows in the house, or
you should do that no matter what.
Okay.
And your agent should be doing that no matter what, because that makes a big difference. I've gone in and the replacement cost is already in there. I go in and double check. It's for a ranch, not a 2-story. It has
so
wood
you have
windows,
to fix
not
that.
Vinyl. Yes,
and it's all going to make a difference.
Correct. You always, and if you have a current agent and that you have your car insurance with, you should reach out to that agent. You're going to get a multi-policy discount, which saves you a lot.
Yeah, which is why when people have cars with an insurance agent for a while and then they go to buy a house, if they shop that with somebody else, that place usually tries to get their car bundled over as well, because it helps to keep the multi-coverage discounts, help to keep the price a little bit lower.
Correct. Yeah.
So real important, we do not pick your insurance company. We can refer you to an insurance agent. Your real estate agent may be able to refer you to a real estate agent as well. But today is not the time to put it on the back burner and try to figure out what that insurance is going to be. Our pre-approval letters that I've been sending out actually state, that we are suggesting that the home buyer goes and shops for insurance right away.
Right away.
I know the contract says they have X amount of time to do it, and sometimes buyers drag their feet on that, but we get very involved and let them know that they need to stop shopping at homeowners insurance right away, because if it's too expensive, they need to shop it around.
Right.
I mean, guys, we've had insurance agents that have given coverage on a house after the closing. They inspect the house and then they want to drop the insurance.
Or raise it because the square footage was wrong, or they added more things that the agent didn't put in there. That's what raises it a lot.
Don't they even fly drones sometimes over these houses to look at roofs?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, see that getting sneaky on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting sneaky. So again, the buyer picks the homeowner's insurance, and a lot of times, if you're young, you're living at home with your folks, you could ask your folks who they use. They might already have a great relationship with an insurance agent. Escrowing and not escrowing. So some loans, depending upon the down payment, will allow you to not escrow, which means that you can just pay your homeowner's insurance every year, and you can pay your taxes every year. But we still have to calculate that into your debt ratios, whether you're paying it separately or not. We still have to count it.
Correct.
Yeah. Rising costs. Everything's rising.
Everything is rising.
That's okay. Let's just know what the price is so that we can get ahead of it and make sure that we're good. Sometimes I've had customers ask me, why do I have to pay for a year's worth of insurance at the closing, but then you still collect it in my monthly payment? I feel like I'm paying twice for it.
Well, you're actually starting the coverage the day you close. So
Right. You know, when I first started doing loans, I could not grasp this. I was with my customers. I'm like, you're making them pay twice. You shouldn't make them pay twice.
yeah, no.
I think the easiest way to explain this to people is that if you're closing today, November 7th, your insurance policy is going to cover you from November 7th, 2025, all the way through November 7th of 2026.
Right.
And then on November 7th, 2026, there's going to be another full year policy due.
Right.
And they've been collecting that money from you on a monthly basis.
Correct.
So when you think you're paying it monthly in your payment, you're really not.
No.
It's going into an escrow account so that the amount is in full the next time the year rolls around.
Right. So when the bill comes due, they're not asking you, we give us money to pay that.
Exactly. Because if you don't have it, the lender will be more than happy to get you force-placed insurance.
Which is very, very expensive and not good coverage.
Correct.
Not at all.
So you don't want forced insurance. That can also happen on your auto loans as well. If you have an auto loan, you're supposed to have insurance. If you let the insurance go, they're more than happy to go get you a policy that's 10 times the price for even less coverage. I think at that point, they're protecting the investment more than they are actually the consumer.
Correct.
The bank's only worried about themselves at that point.
Well, yeah.
So you got to make sure that, just because you escrow doesn't mean that you shouldn't be in tune with your homeowner's insurance and your property taxes. So many people, they get an insurance policy, or they get their insurance policy for the year and they throw it off to the side.
Yeah, they don't even look at it.
They get a tax bill, they throw it off to the side. And why do they do that? They say, because it's in my payment, I don't really need to worry about it. But you do, because you need to compare what that policy is versus what it was last year. If the policy's gone up $300, then you should be expecting that your payment is also going to be going up to accommodate that increase.
Same with taxes.
Same thing with property
Our taxes go up every year, it seems like.
They never go down. My taxes have never gone down.
No. So that's going to increase it. So you're going to have an escrow shortage.
Correct. Yes. And an escrow analysis statement is something that's very, very difficult to understand. We usually just ask our clients, when you buy a home and they send you an escrow analysis statement, just take pictures of all the pages front and back, send it to us so that we can look at it. Because if the average person tries to comprehend an escrow analysis statement, it's pretty tough. It shows you what's actually happening, and then it also shows you like proposed, what they think is going to happen.
So they're, in a sense, guessing on your increases each year by the first increase, in a sense.
Correct. We had a buyer that forgot to file their homestead exemption on their property.
Make sure you do that.
Even after we reminded them and their realtor reminded them, they still did not get it done, and their taxes obviously doubled. And then, of course, they got the escrow analysis statement that was breaking that down. The client called up and stated that they didn't know why their payment was increased. When I got the escrow analysis statement, I was able to see the new tax amount. I went onto the county website, and sure enough, they didn't file their homestead.
Well, and here's the other thing, too. You may be looking at houses to purchase, and those people have a senior exemption, which is more of a discount than what a regular homeowner exemption is.
Correct. So, if you're not a senior, those taxes could go up. Okay. And vice versa. Don't be afraid of the houses that have the higher looking taxes, because they may not have any exemptions. And when you buy that house, your exemptions will kick in and the taxes will drop.
There isn't a lot that I've actually run into lately. No home exemption.
Yeah, that's because of people flipping. That's because of people that have already sold their house. They moved out. They bought their new one. They didn't want to be contingent on sale. So there are a lot of properties right now. I just went to give a payment to a gentleman for like 6 different houses in Hammond. And out of those 6, only one had a homestead. Everyone else did not have a homestead. So sometimes you can get a pretty good deal on a house that doesn't have exemptions because the taxes appear high. It scares away a lot of buyers. But you could slip in, buy that house, file your exemptions, and drop those taxes down to a
Yeah.
more comfortable level. And, guys, you can just call us. We can look up the property taxes. We can see what the taxes are with those exemptions, without the exemptions, give you some ideas of what the taxes would be for you. Okay. Back to homeowners insurance. Anything else, Jane, today on homeowners?
No, just if you have questions, ask your agent. If you don't understand your coverages, ask your agent to explain them to you.
Yes. And your deductibles today
Yeah.
can make a really, really, really big difference. Like me, myself, I gamble on the deductibles. I typically take the highest deductible that I can get because I understand that it's an insurance that I'm hopefully never going to
Correct.
use, but that's just my mindset. On my vehicle, I typically like to have a lower deductible
Right.
because I always feel that there's more of a chance that I might have to use
Absolutely.
my auto insurance than I would my home insurance.
And everybody has to realize a home insurance policy is not a maintenance policy for your home. So you still have to maintain your home. Fix the furnace, fix any plumbing that is old and broken. There are
Correct.
certain things that aren't covered on a home policy. So you need to have your agent explain everything in detail to you.
Right. And if you're interested in something that may cover other items in the home, then you may want to look at a home warranty.
Correct.
You can discuss that with your real estate agent, but your homeowner's insurance isn't going to cover the bathroom fan
That broke.
or
your fridge that went out.
Correct.
Or your washer and dryer that broke.
Correct.
So
now, washer overfills, causes water damage, or a water line breaks on it. That may be something that you would file on your homeowners, Jane?
It may, depending on what your deductible is and what the cost to repair it is.
Okay.
Sometimes I would say don't do it.
Don't
So always
do it.
call your agent first too before you make a claim because they will give you the best advice possible.
Yeah. I see a lot of sewer backup added to insurance policies.
Yes.
And I may be incorrect about this, but I always thought that water backup was for like sewer backup, not necessarily rain coming in through other areas.
Well, they changed it to water sewer backup. So
Okay.
if water is leaking in because of a crack in the foundation, they may cover for the contents, but they're not going to cover to repair that crack because that's maintenance.
Okay. So just transparency, just
Yeah.
understand what your policy is
Correct.
and what it covers. And
Right.
keep in mind, everybody, these people work for you. We work for you. Your insurance agent works for you.
Yes.
Your real estate agent works for you. So ask questions. There's no stupid questions.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Ask questions.
Yeah.
So
That was a quick segment today.
that was a quick one, yeah, but very important because this has really been ongoing now for quite some time.
Yeah.
With the higher premiums. My insurance went up.
Mine. Well, I shot mine.
Oh, she shopped hers. Yeah, see, Jane's got the inside.
Don't be afraid to shop your insurance.
Yeah, yeah.
Literally.
And I'll tell you, if you're not opening up the envelopes because you escrow,
Correct.
you might not notice an increase in your insurance for several years. It might have went from 1,000 to 1,200 to 1,500 to 1,800 to 2,000.
Right.
And finally, it was enough to push that escrow analysis
Over.
to where now your payment goes up.
Right.
Now you're trying to look into figuring out why did it go up? Well, it's been an ongoing increase that you're just not looking at. So same with the property taxes.
Yeah.
Open all mail.
Open everything.
Open all mail.
Yes.
Yes.
Open everything.
Except for the Amazon packages. I let my wife open those because none of those are from me.
That's a good one.
All right.
So hopefully our next podcast, we may have some realtors coming on board. If you're interested, if you're a realtor, if you're anybody, really.
Yeah, if you got a topic you'd like us to cover, please let us know. If you'd like to be a guest,
let us know.
Please let us know. And I hope everybody has a great weekend.
Thank you.